Welcome back to the stream and welcome to the end of the year for 2023. At least as far as when it comes to B-Man streams. What's going on, guys? Thank you guys so much for tuning into the video, and for everyone that is watching on the live stream, thank you for tuning in there. Yeah, man, I'm closing out the end of the year a little bit early. We're actually gonna have this up before. I think I'm probably gonna have this video up by the end of the week. Not exactly like at the end of the year specifically. I won't be here as far as like streaming and anything. I won't even be home at all for the end of the year because I'm actually going away for vacation. I'm actually going to Germany. So pretty much at the end of the week from the 23rd up until New Year's Day, I'll be away. So I figured let's get the end of the year stream first done, get that all set in stone, and then we could kind of move forward with the beginning of next year with some other plans that I had on the docket for playthroughs and, of course, just streams in general. So this year was it was a lot to kind of unpack. Pretty much since last year, a lot of stuff for me personally have really like kind of been like excelling. You know, a lot of things for me personally have just kind of like gone up. Either that or just kind of remained stagnant. But at least a lot of things for me like really just kind of helped me kind of perpetuate myself forward, you know. Obviously, since kind of like having this new house, a lot of things have happened. I've had new people introduced in my life. I've been going to more locals for the Long Island community. I've been going to a lot of events. You know, this year I went to Frosty Faustings. I went to East Coast Throwdown. I went to Combo Breaker. I've kind of like dabbled around a lot, and obviously I went also for like vacationing to Jamaica, and I went or will be going to Germany rather, at the end of this week. So a lot of things have happened this year, and I wanted to kind of like reflect and take the time on to really like think about like how grateful this year I've been, you know, and I try not to take things too for granted, and I really want to like kind of take a minute and look back on a few things that really like kind of really like made me feel really nice, you know, like, and not just for me as like a streaming thing, but also like just for me as like a person, you know. It's definitely been hard to really kind of keep track on everything and to really like just make sure that I'm doing the right things and wanting to do them. But I just wanted to take the time to like really reflect on a couple of the big moments that for me this year. And I hope that you guys enjoy the video. Thank you again for watching. We will be doing a stream giveaway here. I'll be giving away a couple copies of some Steam codes that I have for my Game of the Years. Pretty much the top three are going to have, each game is going to have a separate code. And if anyone is watching, just do !3rd, !2nd, or !1st, and then you'll be entered into each one of those for each code. So whatever third place is going to be, you're going to get a copy of that game if you win. Same thing for second and same thing for first place. I only have one for each, and you can't have repeating winners, so just to keep that in mind, whoever puts them in will only be receiving one copy of something. So that way it gives more people an incentive to watch and to really put themselves in. So yeah, I guess I'll just start with pretty much like what happened like at Evo. Like this is straight up like my favorite moment, like, period, that's ever happened to me. I try not to get too emotional on a couple things, mainly because not just try to like kind of keep composure or anything like that. You know, it's definitely not what I'm saying, but what I'm saying essentially is like it's kind of hard to really like put on a happy face sometimes when you're like really into like the moments of stress, and not necessarily has to be negative stress. It could still be positive. Evo is obviously like the biggest event that's happened for the Marvel community in a long time, mainly because of the pop bonus, and for everyone that tuned in, everyone that played. This was like the tournament to be this year, and if you didn't make it, it just really it didn't feel the same without certain people being there in brackets and to see them do well. Me personally, I was really wanting to get top 48. That was my main goal. And I really wanted to like grind and to focus on advancing to that stage. that didn't necessarily work out for me, but a moment still happened to which that, in my opinion, I it felt like I was Jabril. And what I mean by that is it felt like I won Evo. It felt like even though it was a very personal moment, it felt like the entire world was watching, and it felt like nothing else I've ever felt before from someone else just being so kind to me. And I really could not have like foreseen this happening. And it's such a I wouldn't say it's necessarily a small gesture or anything like that. It's something that you wouldn't think is like, maybe some people may not think it's a big deal, you know? But for me, support for what you do and for what you love by someone that you love and support is just, it's a feeling like no other. And I never felt from anyone in my life the most support I had in this moment. And to kind of show that real quick, when I arrived at Evo, maybe I think this was the second day, this happened. I think this is the right one. Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing here?
So yeah, I'm sure people have already seen it. Uh, Also, this is weird how yeah, okay, no, this is the right camera. Okay, um, it's definitely an odd feeling, odd meaning that I've never felt that before. The amount of just joy I felt, and like, is this real? You know, you guys have probably seen it. I retweeted it pretty much like the night that this happened. My girlfriend came from Long Island to come to Vegas without me knowing, and she stayed like maybe at the next hotel over, and she was trying to get so much information out of me, but I was so oblivious. Like while she was texting me, like, how could I have ever thought that she would have came to just be there to support me, to be my cheerleader throughout the entire event? I would never would have guessed it, and it's just incredible that I have somebody that like that. And this blew up. This blew up, and it got like over 100 retweets. Like almost 63,000 people watched it. Like, man, like when I went to bed that night, and then I woke up, like she was saying your phone keeps going off. I'm like, what are you talking about? And I see like just so many people just like have that like level of just awe, you know, like, man. My catch is that my girlfriend surprised me by being here at Evo to support me. I'm gonna marry her, and that definitely reigns true. I knew beforehand I was gonna marry her, but nothing definitely submits that as like that's gonna be my life and a wife forever. Like a moment like that, I really can't give back the level of joy that I got from that, you know? And she's done so much for me in regards to support for everything that I'm doing within this year. And it's definitely had a lot of, I've had a lot of downs too. It's definitely been like a roller coaster of emotions in a general sense. But yeah, a moment like this just really like makes you like really think about life and what you have as your partner to really support that. And nothing goes to show like something like that, you know, like it's just incredible that I've had that moment. And she actually got this for me, this little canvas as the picture in a animated form. That's now my new profile picture. She got this for me for Christmas, and yeah, it's just I really couldn't ask for anyone more supportive or more just involved in my life that she's been, and I love her to death. And I really gotta say, like, that's just been my moment of this year, you know. I don't think I'll ever get a moment like that ever again. And maybe my kids someday will have a moment, you know, like I'll have something like that with them, but it's never gonna hit as much like that, because man was that unexpected. and I may have gotten 49th. I was just one person shy from the top 48, which was my goal. But who gives a shit? I felt like I won Evo, and I felt like I won life in that moment. It's fucking crazy, dude. I really can't think of any other moment that surpasses that. And another moment of the year, when it comes to like, just to kind of reflect on a competitiveness a little bit, you know, I really just gotta say, like, nothing really like hits home for yourself like that. You're a competitor, I guess, or like really care about the game that you're playing more than beating somebody and taking a name that not many people may not necessarily think that you can take them, you know. I don't know particularly of anyone that was really thinking that way, but for me, when I went to ECT, I didn't think that there was going to be that many people to come out, and from the brackets, it's like, so even like some of like the people that like you would think they would show up just didn't get a chance to because they had like such a cutoff moment, you know, and the bracket definitely could have gone in a different way, but when I saw like my pools, I pretty much had like a pretty okay time up until reaching the winners finals of the pools, and to go and advance into top 8 for an event like that, I would have had to face IDOM, and everyone knows IDOM at this point, a very fantastic player, not just within like the Marvel space, but just as a competitor in general. He's won Capcom Cup, is very proficient in the Street Fighter scene, and he of course excels in Marvel as well. Like, he does really well. He's taken names too. You know, and people may sleep on this guy because of like the unconventional team or something, but you know, like, I feel like I've had some good practice to really go against him, and I want to give shout outs to Spiral, FGC Spiral, for that. He plays a very similar team by having Shuma Gorath instead of Doctor Strange on the Point Dante team, and because of the way that I've been playing him and like how I know that a Point Dante team kind of works when it has those type of assists to watch out for, I feel like I was immensely prepared. And yeah, I beat IDOM to make top 8 at ECT 2023. That was a really cool moment, y'all. Like, I had a little pop off. I had a little pop off there, like pumping the chest out. I knew I couldn't like be OD on it. Like, I didn't know in the moment. Like, when I was like getting him down to last character and stuff, I'm like, man, as long as I stick to my game plan, it should be okay. But at the same time, I'm like, should I pop off? What should I? That was really like kind of going on in the dome piece. Like, what should I do? Like, I never really had that type of like crowd behind me and really go for me in that type of way, you know. You heard them, like, Long Island Gaming, dude, we out here. And I really got to give props to the Long Island community. In the corner in that video, you can see T-Grass going up against Obama, and these guys are like insane. Like, these guys, like, the way that they leveled up within the past couple months, like, it's immaculate. Like, how well like a lot of these have like come in a game like Marvel, you know. Like, it's not easy to really get good at it, but I really feel proud to like have found this community and like to be a part of it and to represent it in a way, you know. I definitely want to continue to move forward with that community, and to really like kind of like make that like a new home base for like new events and stuff. Like I would love to be a part of that. I'd love to like kind of exceed like expectations for Long Island gaming and stuff, you know, not just as a competitor, but like just as event runners and stuff. You know, I'd love to be involved in that some more. But we'll see how life kind of turns, you know, with something like that. But yeah, like that just felt really good. Like to really pinpoint it onto like that match. Yeah, again, big shout outs to Spiral for allowing me to like get that type of mindset, you know, and to really excel in that. And I made top 8 at an event. I really felt like I could have made top 3. I just kind of fumbled a little bit at the end there. Big shout outs to Evasion, of course. He's the one that took me into losers. And of course, big ups to Eevee to make that match, that 3-2 match epic with him raw launching my ass and shit. Big shout outs to the homie. Dude fucking deserved it. He played so good that weekend. But yeah. Yeah, no, ECT was great. And there's another moment that I'll talk about a little bit later. That was in reflection of that I helped host. So we'll talk about that in a minute. Other thing that kind of happened this year, me and Oso Cool Guy had started. We started a little thing for the Marvel community in which that we decided to create a Jeopardy style game show this year. I won't necessarily have to show a whole clip or anything. That's not really the goal, but like just to kind of give you the idea of like where we were at with this type of idea. We had this was brought up maybe a couple years ago, like when I was first starting to stream. There was someone in my chat named Julie Cat that said, what about having like a Jeopardy style? And I was like, that's a cool idea, but I don't know how we would implement that. And she was actually the one that like really kind of pushed that idea forward and really like kind of like start it in a way. Even though I didn't really capitalize it until like a couple years later, I wouldn't have had that thought, you know, without her being involved in that and really saying it. So big shout outs to Julie Cat for giving me the idea to start that and to continue it, you know. And we created this this Jeopardy style just for fun, you know, like we kind of had like a one category, like one box for like the first one, and you know, we tried to really hone in on some specific questions, and we really try to like dive deep into some little obscure things that many people would not know about, and it kind of evolved into a thing where like people have like watched this and it's like, man, we're getting noticed, man. Like it's pretty cool like to have like this type of thing that we started and we can continue to do so. And I'm thinking of having like the second season start up at some point next year, and I already have the grand prize for that one as well sitting here. But yeah, no, this was, I feel like, a tremendous success, and it was quite alarming to see like how much support we got to really like kind of get into this, you know. It's really cool, and I definitely want to have some more. I really want to have some more of these in the future for sure. But yeah, let's just hop into one of the parts here, I guess, you know. Whoever had those overheads, you were in the clear for that. All right, Magic Pixel Mexican, please, next category.
We'll do themes for 100.
Ooh, okay. So make sure you have your music listening ears on. We're going to be doing themes again. So we're going to let the theme play out about 5 or 6 seconds. And then once the 5 or 6 seconds is up, I'm going to relay the buzzer and just go ahead with the music. Xeno.
Nemesis.
Excuse you.
Nemesis.
That's Nemesis. You know, I have to get my Nemusi. Clearly, I have to get something going for people to really get involved in the Nemesis bracket. I don't know, man. Nemi's my boy, bro. I always have to have a Nemesis question in those Jeopardies. So keep that in mind for future ones. Something Nemi will come along and ruin the party. But I gotta say, shoutouts to everyone that played in the first season of Jeopardy. Right off the top of my head, we had guys like we had PA Sword, you know, part of the Rise of Rookies. We've had Coach Arithmetic, also Rise of Rookies. We've had BKN, you know, like in the last chance qualifier. Same thing with Remora as well. And of course, our winners for each of those, Well Dressed Gem, who won the entire season, Sactap, Zeno, TNS Sandwich. You know, like shout out to everybody that actually like put out a show and actually made it. You know, and then we created this and then had a season finale, and then the winner got to get a prize. Like it's really cool to think about, you know, and I really want to have some more of those. Like maybe going into like maybe 3 seasons, you know, like I really want to try to extend it as best I can. But we'll definitely see how season 2 will start. We'll try to get some things going, and we'll have that started at some point. But definitely keep in mind for that coming up. And last thing I want to talk about before we go into like my game of the year and stuff. Yeah, this was a really cool idea that I had to get some people involved from the Rise of Rookies guys, because I kind of represent them in a way. It was just kind of like a spur of the moment type of thing, where we had representatives from both the Long Island community and the Rise of Rookies guys. We had enough people to really have representation to go on from, to have a little like exhibition style where it was hosted by T-Hawk's Twitch, and me and him were kind of like in the back row just getting everybody together and to have this type of exhibition go through. And it was, I feel like, a tremendous success, and offline is really like the place where it's at to really showcase everybody's play. And that's what I really wanted to showcase specifically with both the Long Island and the Rise of Rookies communities, that these guys have put in the work throughout this whole year, that they could go against each other and like duke it out. Like this guy takes a few, this guy takes a few, and like all stack up. And for all intents and purposes, it went to game 29. We had one more round before it could have gotten to like the last game, and I almost couldn't have like asked for a better turnout of like how well that went. And of course, definitely big shout out to all Long Island community, and of course the Rise of Rookies guys as well for allowing me to host this. But it was a tremendous experience to have a little bit of fun when it comes to an offline thing, you know. And I definitely would like to see like a run back of sorts from these guys, and like maybe like a combo breaker or something like that, you know. But yeah, just take a watch and let's just get on with what that match was. All right, potential last game here. Oh, he tried to get the throw there, but now we're going back into the neutral position. Oh, I actually got the toes there. Wow, okay. No X Factor either. I feel like X Factor is probably the best bet there, but... Okay, now we're going to go right into the launch. I like how he delayed it, but wasn't able to get anything off of that. Just wanted to just see where he was. And the Buster Lightning from full screen. And now this is looking good for T-Hawk. Bring him right into the corner. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's it. Okay. All right. 2 more mix-ups. 2 more mix-ups. Okay, still dropped it, but still in a very good position here. All right. As long as he doesn't drop this, we are on potential last character for Rise of Rookies here. Or for Long Island, rather. So we'll see. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And now it's just Dante up. Can Long Island stay alive here? Okay, now we're back to the full screen, but now spending into the Shogemu. And Dante is staying alive, but now we got lockdown with the jam session. That could do it. Barring a drop, that could do it. He's going to build the bar here. All right, one more hit. That's going to be it. Go straight into the Buster, and now the Lightning. Do we have X Factor? Not even. Pack it up, Long Island. We played great, but not quite. Oh! So close. So close. Man, fucking praises all around. But goddamn, it went to the last players. But I gotta give it up to these guys. Did so well. No one can feel bad for it. This was so hype and live. You guys did so great. I'm really loving the both of the communities here. Big ups to everybody. Big handshakes to all around. Good fucking games. So fucking clutch.
Really proud of both teams, but RRR took it on top with 2 lives on Gibty Hawker Gun. Wasn't able for Long Island to really sweep it out here, but this was absolutely ridiculous. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was absolutely an incredible set.
Yeah, I couldn't have asked for a better turnout there. Dude, like, the amount of, like, play that was, like, shown from these guys is just, it's immaculate, dude. Like, they did so good, like, on both sides. Oh, man, what the hell else can you say, man? Like, they did so good. And I really hope that they can have, like, another run back at some point. I'd love to, like, get some things together so that way we can get that going. Hopefully a combo breaker, we can have, like, a run back or something like that. Either that or, like, maybe just have a different set, you know, like, maybe have a different type of team exhibition style, you know? Like, I loved, like, how we structured it and how fast it went. It was, like, maybe, like, an hour and a half to, like, maybe an hour 45 minutes, but I feel like everyone really, like, had a moment to shine in that room. So it wasn't just, like, that 5v5. There was some other exhibitions in there, too, that is also on the RRR server and on the YouTube. So, yeah, you can definitely check those out if you like, or see the entire set there. It's all onto the Rise of Rookies channel, and I hope to have another opportunity to have that going. You know, that would be fantastic. But, yeah, those are just a couple moments that happened in a very good bookend to 2023. As we head into 2024, I hope that we can have some more moments like that going into it, you know? Something that's more, like, you know, competitive for me. You know, I'd hope to do as well as I have been and continue to do better in Marvel 3. I really want to try to get a top 8 that I could be really, really proud of, you know? TNS9 and Combo Breaker are the next 2 events that I am pretty sure I'm going to have time to go to, and I'm pretty much solidifying myself for it. I really want to, like, try to do well in both of those, and honestly, more towards, like, Combo Breaker, I want to do better. TNS9, I'm just going to try to have it as best a time as I can, while also being as good as I could be, you know? We'll see how it goes, obviously, but, yeah, we'll just kind of see what 2024 has for the streams and for myself, too, you know? Yeah, that's it for at least the moment. Obviously, there's a couple more in there that are particularly related to, like, some of the playthroughs that I had that were really cool. But I'll talk about that into when I talk about the Game of the Year stuff, which we'll just kind of head right into, you know? But yeah, thank you guys for watching that portion, and we can now kind of start talking about the games I played this year and what they really meant to me for 2023. So I'll see you guys on that part, and to end the recording on this part, thank you guys for watching for my best moments. And stay tuned for another video, which will probably come out the next day to showcase my games of the year. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, y'all. See you guys next time.